Is it on?
Yeah.
All right. So for y'all don't know that this is my sister, the female version of me, like she was saying.
Mm-hmm.
And for the people that don't know her at all, I'll just go through a few questions and talk about her lifestyle. So, where are you from originally?
Born and raised in central South Jersey. I guess more specifically, if anybody cares, like Mount Holly area. Suburban upbringing. Nothing, nothing crazy. Very happy to be out of that place, but yeah, born and raised there.
Nice. So, where'd you go to, or what state did you go to college in or university?
When I was 18, I left Jersey and went to University of Tampa in Florida. And I was there for like 5 years. And that was a nice change of pace.
Getting right in Ybor.
Yeah. Tampa was cool, man. It was really, really cool. It was just small, but it was cool. It was like a nice change from Jersey for one. Weather was perfect.
And I guess there's a lot of people from Jersey, so it's kind of like you don't lose it totally.
Yeah, definitely a lot of East Coast down in Florida. Everyone was either like retired or on vacation, which was cool at first, and then it was like, okay, I've been on vacation for 5 years.
Yeah. I guess you're going to get back in the loop and say, yeah, because everybody's retired.
Yeah.
We're young and losing it.
But it was a cool time. It was a cool period in life.
Yeah. So, I guess, like, how do you compare, like, you know, your early years of growing up and, like, what you saw growing up in your family and then to go to college? Like, would you see, like, what would you say would be, like, the common mark of society or things that, I guess, I mean, hindsight's 20/20, but at the time, like, how'd you feel maybe where you was going through that tunnel?
Just as far as, like, the change from Jersey to college, is that what you mean?
Yeah, like, just comparing the two places and, like, what, I guess, what might bind them two places.
I feel like, well, one, Jersey is just like, it's one of those places I feel like everybody says they want to leave and then they never do.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you go back and you're like, man, everybody's still doing the same stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, you're the only thing that's changed. Florida just had like a whole different, I mean, I guess just in general too, the Northeast versus the South has a different pace for sure.
You think it was healthier there? The people were healthier, or because it was warmer, or?
Yeah, for sure. It just seemed like it was way easier to like to prioritize, I guess, health, for lack of a better word, like just movement and being in the sun, and like those things were just norm, everyday things for everybody, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas Jersey is like, you get that like few months of just humidity.
Yeah, like kind of miserable. But
really,
actually,
yeah.
I mean, it's nice when
Jersey
you visit
summers
it.
are cool, yeah.
Yeah, if you visit it, because the thunderstorms in the summer, it's kind of nice, you know what I mean? And then New York is nice when it's balmy.
But I just always loved Florida's like a little stormy night, like, you know, it would rain for like an hour and then the sun would come out and be rainbows everywhere. It was really, really beautiful.
Yeah.
I remember leaving it and then moving to Atlanta, and I was like, yo, this place is so ugly.
It's not as grand.
It was so hard to love, like
the architecture and
yeah. It was so easy to love Tampa, Florida in general. But
oh, you had a lot of round buildings in Tampa.
yeah, a lot more feng shui
it's
as
like,
a city.
Yeah, it's like colonial, like kind of in Georgia almost, like.
Yeah.
A lot of like old Southern, like English houses.
Yeah, definitely a lot of that. And then like the city of Atlanta, you know, it's just like kind of any city. Not really.
Just like
different than the next.
An abundance of people in one place.
Yeah, highways and everything.
Yeah.
Atlanta has its cool moments, but it's still a city.
So, did your diet change from how much did your diet change from Jersey to Florida and then from Florida to Atlanta?
It's like a whole 180, a whole different person that lived in Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was living in Jersey, I was just eating anything and everything, trash. And I feel like that was just mainly because, like, the environment you're in, you know, and me being, like, the youngest, I don't know, I just kind of always, whatever parents said was right, I just went with, like, no matter what. I didn't really think for myself. And then Florida came around, and I think also because it was just so hot, it was like...
we was gunking, you know what I mean, like, in a lot of ways, like, just because, I guess, like, Nana would make really, like, you know, huge dinners, I guess, it kind of set the tone, I feel like.
Yeah.
For, like, how Mom would behave, like, throughout the weeks.
Yeah.
And then,
there was so much, like, with family, there's so much, like, tradition or whatever around food. So
Yeah, especially with soul food.
right, and it was just like about breaking out of that. Once I got away from it, it was like so out of sight, out of mind, and being able to make those decisions on your own. I went vegetarian when I went to Florida. I think my sophomore year of college.
I feel like food really, honestly, it might be like tougher to get over than skin color. Because I feel like as soon as I was like, yo, this food's trash, yo. And I'm telling people in the family, like, this is trash. This is what, you know, this is stemming from slavery. And you know what I mean? And everybody being dark skinned, they be like, oh, you just being pious now and uppity. And I'm just like, or not. Or I just won't care about y'all health.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean?
It goes to that family filter, though.
Yeah.
Like, if somebody else said it, it would be like, did you hear that this is slave food?
yeah, exactly, you know. That's why I'm glad, like, certain things that came out, you know, hidden colors and different things have came out, at least.
Yeah.
And Sebi dying, all that stuff kind of,
Yeah.
you know, brought
some
where,
attention.
Yeah, to where now we can talk to our cousins again.
Right.
Right. But I feel like, I don't know, you know, I was, you know, I guess.
I think you were more outwardly.
Too loose-lipped.
Yeah, you were more outwardly about it. I was just kind of like navigating through this,
figuring
this out. Cause I was vegetarian for like 2 years, and then after college, I went vegan.
I was gonna say, like, you, I know I'm extreme, but I feel like you got, like, you know, you click real quick, and as soon as it gets, like, applicable to your life, that you really click, and then it just shifts, and that's your life now.
Yeah, I feel like I kind of structure and compartmentalize life, though, a little bit. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but I remember just thinking, like, okay, after college is when I'll go vegan. Because I like knew, I guess, myself enough to know that, like, I wasn't strong enough in college to do it.
Meanwhile, somebody's like, after college, I'm trying to get married. You're like, I'm going to go vegan.
Yeah, really. All them cheese pizza parties was killing me, all them drunk nights. I was like, okay, well, when this chapter of my life's over, then we'll clean it all up.
That's why I had to leave the East Coast for school. Because I feel like if I stayed there, I would have just, like, it's kind of a gift and a curse that like, Temple fucking dropped the ball with me. So, like, I always think, like, I'd probably just been eating Gitanos. I'd probably just been eating, you know, the worst cheesesteaks and pizzas, because that shit, I mean, like, as far as being in it, it's the best.
Yeah.
Like, if you're in that lifestyle, that's the best.
Yeah, it's the best place to be, for sure.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think about
for
that.
Those
like,
foods.
if I was still doing that, I just wondered, like,
yeah.
If my taste buds would still like it, I guess it would.
Yeah, I don't know. I think bread is really the bread thing more than anything.
Yeah.
I think bread is, I mean, cheese is like, you know, like heroin, and, you know, flesh is, I guess, addictive at some level because it's so, like, you know, destructive, I guess.
Yeah.
And that, those things are addictive, but, like, I feel like bread really is, like, eats your soul, yo.
Yeah. Bread just puts me down so fast. Like, so fast. Anytime I remember being, like, I remember when I was vegetarian, I might as well have been a carpetarian or, like, starchitarian. And, like, I just remember eating anything with bread and then going to class and, like, barely being able to open my eyes. Like, just, like, drugged, like, really sedated, for real. And I was like, man,
the crazy thing.
I think this is normal.
Yeah, so I feel like I was so tired in college.
That wasn't, like, the first time I think I remember, like, I was like, all right, I gotta go vegan eventually.
When I first moved away for college, I was on mad bread. Moving to Cali forced me to drop dairy. It's just too damn hot compared to Jersey.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, certain shit had to just, like, okay, you don't eat this anymore. Sorry. But, like, bread was, like, it just makes you feel full, and I was trying to stay heavy. Mm-hmm. And it's just, like, a psycho flow. But I'd rather probably drink than eat bread right now. I be thinking about that. Like, if somebody was like, "Yeah, you want to have some bread?" Like, I don't know. But like, if a restaurant came out, brought the bread out
with the butter, and stuff. No.
I'd be like, "Yo,
I'd rather have a margarita.
Let me get a shot of cognac."
Definitely.
Like, 'cause, you know, it's like at least I might get an emotional release.
Yeah.
And I might have a good time. You know what I mean? And it's gonna get out of my
bread
system.
Bread is just gonna put me down.
And I'm acknowledging it, like, this is poison. You know what I mean? Bread is kind of like sneaking in there, like, maybe I'm not poisonous. Like, you're like, you're gonna linger for like 2-3 days, and you are poison. You know what I mean?
Like without a doubt.
And I'm not gonna feel better. My face is just gonna get hot, and then I'm gonna be like kind of acid refluxy and hateful for like 2 days.
Yeah.
And so, like,
man, I don't miss that at all. I'm just thinking about that, like, sleepiness.
The process of getting that out.
Yeah.
That's just insane.
But back then, not even really knowing what was going on, I was just like, you know, the itis, that normalized concept of itis.
Yeah. I feel like that's like the most emotional, because the texture.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because people like, I'll be like, yo, eat that food without seasoning and without bread, and you ain't gonna like it. You know what I'm saying? That means you don't really like it. You know what I mean?
Not at all.
And like, bread just be like making everything enhance somehow. It's like, oh, this is so emotional.
Yeah. It's weird. Bread's never been like for me, it was always the sweet the sweets.
Yeah.
But yeah, bread was never like my crutch as much as sweets anyway.
Yeah, I guess that's like, that was your carb of choice.
Yeah.
Like, pick your poison.
It was chocolate and stuff.
So was it like jumping to liquids so fast and not really having like a gourmet raw phase? Like you just was like, I mean, I tried these things, I'm done with it. Like, it was
Yeah,
like,
I was a little sad about it. I think sometimes I still be like, damn, man. I remember I think the Christmas before I learned the breath, I got a spiralizer. I was like about to get a dehydrator. I was like about to really get into it. I'm really glad I didn't though, cause like, fuck all that. But
yeah.
but sometimes I'm like, man, I wonder what that would have been like. But then I think I probably would have just been like, I probably would have just ate all of the butter. I mean, all the butters and all. It's a lot of fat in the raw vegan.
Terrible food combinations.
Yeah.
But like super
Walnut
emotional
meat
again. It's
and
like,
then,
oh yeah, touch that emotional.
Yeah, yeah, it's like, yeah, right.
I need that texture. I'm so empty.
Yeah, yeah. The only like raw food I ever really enjoy is like kale salads or kale wraps.
Yeah, and I think
and
a lot.
that's about it.
I think it's just the heavy sodium. You know what I mean? Just being
Yeah.
addicted to salt. You
Yeah.
know, just like salt is a crazy drug, yo. I can't tell which is tougher, salt or sugar. You just like, okay, y'all both are just like thugs.
Yeah. The salt you feel like the next day in your face. So crazy.
Yeah, my kidneys be like, why?
Yeah,
Why?
yeah, I wake up like with bags under my eyes. It's crazy.
So,
Yeah.
as far as your process of things, like, how do you feel about people that try to skip steps? Like I don't know, raw is raw. You know what I mean? Like gourmet raw is just like you really don't want to give up these foods, so you just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
That's why I'm kind of glad I learned the breath, because I feel like I would have been stuck in that chapter for like another year. You know what I'm saying? Like I would have probably delayed
Yeah.
the liquid life.
I think raw is just like a way to make these foods entertaining enough for you to stay raw long enough to where you get that decision point where you're like, I gotta change my life again and reduce or
Yeah.
regress.
Because I remember I was like, I'm gonna do fruitarian too. Like I was like, I'm gonna go through these steps, and then I just skipped that completely. I didn't even. I mean, I've done like fruit fasts and stuff, but yeah, just skip that entirely. Like it's kind of no point. It's
Yeah.
like, well, I can just blend these things.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know, just some air pockets from having like something that's not completely like smoothed out like that. And
Yeah.
then, yeah, I don't know.
It was a transition though. I feel like that first like last summer was like liquids and mangoes, and that was it. That was the only thing I was chewing was mangoes. Here and there though, it wasn't even like that much at all really.
Yeah. No, I mean
That was
just
only
keeping it watery.
yeah.
Yeah.
Again, sweets,
Yeah. I mean,
but
yeah, like
it was kind of a no-brainer. Like anytime we get on the liquids for like more than a day, really, but like a week is like okay.
I think it's just
a no-brainer.
the emotional part of it.
Yeah.
Like once you start that engine and you're chewing, you're like, all right, I could go from fruit to a salad, and then from a salad, and then it's just a slippery slope.
Yeah, it's very slippery. I think like the biggest thing was always like the social norms that kept me from like progressing for so long. Like, I was like, oh man, like breaking like the habits with mom. Like every time she comes visit, we cook or whatever, like stuff like that. Or like friends that want to like go out to eat, and I'm like, we can go get smoothies.
Yeah,
you know.
It's hard to turn that down. I think anybody, they just
Yeah.
at some point they're gonna crack.
But I think with the breath, you just don't care about people's judgments. You're just kind of like,
This has become so normal.
if you really love me, you wouldn't want to hurt me like this.
yeah, it's like, come on, you're not doing heroin with us.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's why it's like, well, if you don't accept this, then we shouldn't hang out anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's way more like peaceful, and I feel like it weeds out those kind of people.
Yeah,
You know,
it definitely
this,
makes
like-
you not care,
Yeah.
like you were saying.
Yeah, I really don't care.
Like, and then it just becomes so normal. If you stay on it long enough, then you probably only talk to people that are on it.
Yeah, I was gonna
So
say.
then it's super normal.
Yeah, I'm not really surrounded by anybody. Every once in a while, a dude will try to like ask me out to eat, and I'll be like, man, you have no idea.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So you think anything can be substituted for the breath? Like, people will like be really trying to say like this food has this much oxygen
No,
or whatever.
nothing
like-
compares to just breathing.
Yeah,
to like deep.
the
breaths.
satisfaction of not having to go and buy the shit and then like work
Why-
to go get the money to buy
Yeah.
that shit.
Anything externally, like why would you have to reach for that when you could just close your eyes and breathe?
Yeah. Like at this point, buying anything, like I feel like any investment is pretty much kind of like what you're doing with the Vantion. It's
Yeah.
like everything I'm spending is to get away from this grid and to need less and less and like
Yeah.
create that trajectory instead of like
Yeah.
going into the matrix.
Yeah, definitely trying to get further away from that. On all levels.
Yeah, like I don't want to have to buy more things that I can't grow.
Yeah.
To be real, you know
Then
what I
they're just
mean?
gonna like attach me to something or hold me, like be weights on me.
Yeah, like I'll
You know what I'm
compromise my entire being if I put myself in a position to where like I'm like, oh man, I'm fiending for these things I can't grow. Like as
Yeah.
far as the years go on, it's like
Yeah.
I might as well set the trajectory, and then
Yeah.
grow. It's plenty of berries out here, but like grow like fruit trees and
Right.
all that type of shit. And I mean, it's a few fruit trees up here already. There's a couple peach trees.
It's weird how like being on liquids, like I really don't have the desire to chew fruit even, and that used to be something that I never thought. I don't know.
It's just not emotional, just like in that emotional
Yeah.
place. It's just
Like a watermelon used to be like, oh my god, but now I'm like watermelon juice though.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, yeah.
That sounds really good.
Yeah,
but
like, I'd rather just be hydrated, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not like gassy.
I think that's the thing is that people are so dehydrated, like they don't know what hydrated feels like.
No, they don't know.
No.
People don't really
So like
know.
until you're exposed to that,
It's like this big ass dry spot on your brain that you just forgot is dry, and it's like
yeah,
I don't know how.
you just keep dehydrating.
Yeah,
Because I know for me, anytime I do anything denser than a liquid, I'm like, I'm dehydrated. All right.
yeah, yeah. That's what
Make sure this is on. Okay.
But yeah, I feel like it is just the overall the chronic dehydration, like
Yeah.
over years, and people just be like,
There's
"This is
family
normal."
stuff and
Yeah, it's normal for my skin to look like this, and this for this to happen. 'Cause
Yeah.
you just seen that. Your family just been doing that.
Yeah, it's like norm for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I just think about that. You're like all them Thanksgivings, all them Christmases, all
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
family gatherings where we were just all coming together to eat flesh. It's
Yeah.
like undoing all that. It's a process.
Yeah, like I know, like we call it like breath work and shit, but it really is like breath acceptance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we're breath acceptors. You know, and people like are breath deniers. It's like how they be saying like
Yeah.
climate change deniers or whatever. Y'all are breath deniers,
Yeah.
and it's like really like a I don't know, a huge contrast where you just like, you know what? Y'all are the retarded ones. Y'all not breathing or eating anything that keeps you breathing on the inside out.
It's such a like simple. It's not like I don't know. It's not like it's.
Yeah, once you break it down to certain denominators.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you be like, all right, I do the breath work. I'm going to control my nervous system and control my hormonal flow because I'm not nervous, not just releasing shit.
Yeah.
And so, like, my endocrine system's balanced. So then,
And
like,
it's-
my true diet arises,
Yeah.
you know?
And then it's so effortless.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I always think about that, really. Like, I used to try to fast, and it was like, okay, 10 days. You know what I'm saying? Measuring life, and then it would be so much
Yeah.
harder. And then with the breath, it's like you don't even have a desire.
Yeah, like, you're not addicted.
Desires don't really exist.
Yeah, like, you're not just, like, just burning out the dopamine. Like,
Yeah.
is that off of everything? Like,
Yeah.
people be just off that dopamine
Yeah.
and the serotonin, and it's like you just draining that shit, and then they be so off of that that they be like needing weed and stuff to like to like manually control that, like
Yeah.
in an aggressive way, like a friend of mine says, like going through the back door instead of the front door. Like, you know what I mean? You could just breathe and then manage these
It's
hormones.
just, yeah, people I think struggle with the discipline of the breath though. That's their problem, like doing it consistently. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Like waking up every day.
the way you got to prioritize your life. That's why you getting into a mansion or getting into the middle of nowhere. or
Yeah, so you're
whatever.
not like worried about
Yeah.
like I gotta vacuum this room with everything dumb
yeah,
things.
like when you
no,
wake
go
up.
breathe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, and having a bunch of roommates, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Because people be having multiple roommates, and like just to live in places that like you shouldn't be living here, bro. Like, you know,
Yeah. I can't even imagine that.
like think about, like, it's mad people in New York and different places with roommates that they just like, I just need this for the money. I'm living with this person because of money.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, that's it. Just need to be in this location.
Yeah, and that's mad places, but definitely inner cities. Like, I
For
feel
sure.
like, and I feel like if you just like find a way to be, or at least like mobile or like in a remote place, then like you can set up your breath routine, and then you can
Yeah.
change the whole cycle of things.
It's so effortless to like prioritize it. Cause sometimes like even like living in an apartment, I always think about that when I wake up and I'm like cleaning dishes and like doing stuff.
And you
I'm
pop
like,
right up. Yeah.
I could just not be doing this.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
could. This doesn't have to be my reality right now.
It's like as soon as you starting the day with it, it's like, okay, your life is over. It's this new life now.
That's why I was thinking, like, this time last year, if somebody told me I would get a van, I'd be like, what? You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
in just a year of just being dedicated to the breath. It was like a no-brainer. Like, less is more, give up everything.
Yeah, less is everything.
Yeah. Really though.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting. It's
How
gonna be
you-
a cool summer.
Yeah, nah. So yeah, how you feel like it's accelerated your manifestation? Like, you know what I mean?
Crazy. 2020 alone has been like so good to me, and it's just kind of funny because everyone's like panicking and losing their minds. But I'm like, man, it's been so good to me. I almost feel bad.
Yeah.
Like, should I not share that it's been great?
My nervous system is all right.
Yeah, like since starting, so much has happened. Like from the van to the retreat I had to the article being published to just like
I guess.
connecting with people to traveling to just getting even little opportunities. I mean, it's not even all monetary and stuff. It's just like little things, like getting hot yoga for free. I don't know, all kind of stuff. Like
yeah, just other ways of receiving
opportunities.
energy.
Yeah, just present themselves. And I think it's a lot of. I used to chase a lot, you know, and it's like I literally just sit here and stuff just comes knocking on the door.
Yeah,
And
and just
that's-
remaining frozen in time and attractive.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Time is so like I don't even know, not real when you look back on it all.
Yeah,
It's just like that was a slow year, but a fast year. But like I didn't really do anything.
yeah.
But
It's
just
like
breathe.
it's like my perception of it was really just whatever my hormonal state is.
Yeah.
If I'm like anxious and burning out certain hormones, it's like that should slow down and time was miserable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like it's whatever.
Yeah, there was definitely a period like last fall where I was like really into the breath and was like fasting for a while, and I was like just super isolated. And I was like, life is so slow right now.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there's no one around me, and I'm just breathing.
I guess you just gotta go through it.
Yeah, it was kind of like I wouldn't say like a dark time, but it was like a necessary isolation time.
So, how was being the only breathwork teacher in Atlanta? You're the only one, right?
I mean, people like only studio. I'm sure people do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure there's like individuals.
Well, yeah, I know people hang out with you for 3 days and they be like, "Now I'm certified."
Yo, it's kind of crazy. I literally taught people, and then like a week later, they're like, "I have a breathwork course." I'm like, "What? I only taught you one routine or one thing."
I'm just trying to arrange as many people to guilt me into continuing this.
Yeah,
Alright?
yeah, just to keep them accountable.
It's almost like a bunch of people that go and play flag football every Sunday. Just like, I gotta do something because I'm gonna be drinking Friday. Saturday.
Yeah.
So I'm forcing this commitment.
No, it's cool. It's kind of, I guess it's like being a big fish in a little pond. And like, that's what kind of keeps me there, I guess. Because I'm like, damn, if I come to Cali, there's probably, there's a bunch of people on that wave.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I guess
Maybe
so.
not.
Yeah, I don't
but
know.
in Atlanta, it's really like not, meditation is what everybody's on. And I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
sigh.
know. I don't really know how that.
No shade to meditation, but it's not
Yeah.
the same as breathwork at all.
No, it's like it's not that many breath workers. I guess you could say people. I mean,
Yeah.
like, I've never seen it advertised.
No?
I'm not in California. I haven't seen that. I mean, I don't know what the yoga studios have inside them though. A few of them. You know
I know
what
like a few teachers I talk to be like, oh, we incorporated in the yoga class. Like they might do like the breath of fire at the end of class or whatever, which isn't really.
I mean? Yeah, the lazy of fire.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not really like the true
Yeah.
inner fire.
Yeah.
But
Tumo is really the goddess breath of fire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah, that's fun though. It's really cool to like. I don't know. Again, another manifestation. Like what? Working at a yoga studio? There's nothing I ever even desired at one. Like I never was like one day. I just really hope
Yeah.
that I work at a yoga studio.
And then just
But
clicks.
then they just asked me. I didn't even reach out. It was just like, breath work is the move right now. Everybody's asking for this. And so
Yeah.
it'd be cool. It's pretty cool. Twice a week.
So what drives you to create besides money and stability? Like I know you know on your Capricorn elements all over the place. So
Yeah.
like I wonder, I know sometimes you be like, I need to be stable and rational about this whole thing
Yeah.
and not live beyond my means. And
I think the van is like forcing me out of that a little bit. I think that's what I'm like excited about.
so like what is driving you? I guess what could you say? Like what is your MO?
To like get out of that routine, I guess. I mean, I don't even.
Just the freedom to be able to have space.
Yeah. Like I guess overall, just freedom and like detachment. You know, like again, like having no weights chaining me down. Yeah, just free
Liberation.
flowing. Yeah, I was gonna say just free flowing. Like really just seeing where the wind takes me, but also like having my feet on the ground. I don't know. It's like a cool balance. I feel like I have.
Yeah.
Like it used to just be like I gotta keep my feet on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Like it's unsafe if I move.
Yeah. I gotta get out the boat so I can walk on water.
Yeah. And now it's just kind of like, okay, I can like float around a little bit. It's cool. It's a nice little harmony I got going, I think.
where do you feel like your creativity like comes from, or like your creative centers in your body? Like where do you be like, all right, this energy is in this place, I'm gonna go with that. You know what I mean? This when I go this way, the things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any description for that? Like, you know, where you would feel it, or where it's coming from?
I always feel like I get so many creative ideas when I'm breathing.
Like you think about,
sure,
yeah.
but,
I'm just saying, like you
but,
think,
like, where in
yeah,
the body?
yeah, and then on top of that, like you know, how some people like somebody die and they be like, yo, that's all I do it for, dog.
Oh, like the motivation.
Yeah,
to do
like
it.
you know, it's like the energy that it comes off of is like I need to make up for all of this pain. All right.
Yeah, like fill the void like that.
Yeah.
It's weird because I used to like being the Capricorn stuff. It was like a lot of want and like I don't know. I guess values were different as far as like I gotta be something one day. And I feel like once I erased that, the motivation was just like, how happy can we be? How much can we like move with love and not lack or fear or anything? But yeah, I don't know. There's no. I think I had such an attachment to like okay, I gotta be this one day. You know what I'm saying? And then
Yeah.
like once I went through the shifts and changes, it was like anything that just didn't feel like aligned in the heart. I guess you know it might sound cliche, but yeah, if any red flags went off with anything, it was like okay, no,
Yeah.
that's not the direction we're going. But it's so like kind of easy to navigate now. Versus before, it was like I don't really know. You know, nervous system all crazy.
Yeah. It's like a different tension now when I can feel like, okay, the body is just fighting this perspective because it's going to grow me out of this identity. Like,
Yeah.
I need to go this way.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like how,
resisting what you need kind of thing.
because yeah, you can feel it like it's my body. It's not
Yeah.
it's not really the higher faculties that's
Yeah.
lost in
I
this.
think I just got so I've always been a little bit detached, but I'm just so detached from like the thoughts and emotions that
Yeah.
are tied to like storylines in my head or narrative, you know.
Yeah,
I
like
just kind of rewrote the narrative.
it's kind of like when you be like, oh, this is bitter. And you're like, yeah, but if you have this bitter to balance out all that bitterness inside you, and you know what I mean, has you craving sweets,
Yeah.
then you know it's just like, I don't know, it's kind of the same thing. Like, you know, you have this like, I guess, conditioning that bitter is bad because
Yeah.
sweets associated with
Yeah,
love
yeah.
so much.
Yeah.
And so I just feel like that's, you know, a lot of it comes down to as far as like your navigation, your compass. You'd be
Yeah.
like, this, I feel the tension in this spot, you know what I mean? And some people like, I need to go with like fear and butterflies and things like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And where
yeah.
you're like, okay, I know that this is the body clenching up or the lower faculties
Yeah.
clenching up, and
For sure.
it's almost like a cool signal, like now I need to go the way that's supposedly wrong to this part of me.
Yeah.
And like, you kind of realize that, I think, like a lot.
And I think when you go the wrong direction enough, you like learn the lesson. I don't know. At
Yeah.
least for me, it's
You gotta
like,
really hit the wall. Some
yeah,
people-
it's like okay, all right, we can't go this way. This is
Yeah.
not the way of the way.
Yeah. So, I guess, yeah, like that's the drive, and coming from the heart is the best place to create from, to create experiences.
Yeah, yeah. I think when it's just like I don't know. I think peace is something I prioritize a lot more. That's what I was gonna say. Like instead of prioritizing like what other people think I should do or what I think I should do, it was just like okay, but is this peaceful?
How you
Is
fe-
my life peaceful right now doing this?
Yeah, I'm glad you said that though. Like, how do you feel about sharing peace? Because I always be like, your peace is almost like a location, and it's like I can meet you at the shit,
Yeah.
but like I can't share this shit. Like I can't like be like, break off a little.
yeah. You cut you a slice.
Yeah. So I feel, how you feel about like when people want to be in your like radius, close in your radius, and you be like,
Yeah.
You
I
think
feel
you-
like that's
yeah.
like it's gotta.
it's hard to meet at peace
Yeah.
and sustain it. I feel like.
Yeah, unless somebody's also just peaceful as hell. You know what I'm saying? That's an oxymoron, peaceful as hell. But like, unless they just really content with themselves. But yeah, I don't know. I think it has like a limit for me. I feel like a lot of people have told me that, like, you bring me a lot of peace, or I just feel peaceful around you, or whatever.
Yeah. No,
And then it's like,
it's definitely my drive for changes. I'm meeting people that were like, I was like, yo, you're mad calm.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like when people be super calm like that, you'd be like, you're making me so calm.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
You're making me realize that this is a pace that exists.
yeah,
you know?
yeah. I think I like, I guess, expose that to people. But it's at the same time, I guess, like, I don't know. I just be needing to recharge too, because like people just take all your peace, and you'd be like, okay, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Everybody's in the venture right now. Like, hold on, I kind of want to.
No, I was gonna say.
I don't know what it cut off at.
Yeah, I
But-
don't know where it went down.
Deal with the technology.
Yeah, we was just saying that like you gotta, I guess, meet at peace. It's difficult to
Yeah.
share it. It'll erode your peace.
Once you start prioritizing it, I feel like everything kind of falls into place.
Yeah.
Instead of prioritizing like money or whatever else, just peace.
Yeah. And then whatever comes with that.
Yeah.
So I guess what are males like in 2020 or dating like in 2020? I mean, like, I know from inside out, I've been pretty shitty at different periods of my life. I feel like I'm really nice right now. I feel like I'm really actually a quality guy. You know what I mean? Like, if you know what I mean.
Finally had a place of.
Yeah, if somebody wanted to date me, I mean, it would. I'd really be respectful at this point in my life.
What took so long to get here?
I don't know. I guess had to stop disrespecting myself.
Yeah.
But it was like, I don't know. It's just a funny thing how that played out. It was like, now I'm in a place where like it ain't. You know, chicks got to really be down for the outdoors.
Right? Yeah. Just live grimy for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, dating, man, it's weird. Especially at this, like, wherever we're at, I guess, with life.
Yeah.
It's whatever you
Dating
wanna
from
label
this
us
point
as.
on with the mobile, with the apps and stuff, I know it's going to be
Yeah.
like, you need to have a COVID proving that you ain't got it. You know that's coming, you know.
Definitely. I think it's a lot of, I mean, ultimately, like, what you attract is, you know, obviously, I guess, you get somewhat of that frequency to some degree. But it's a lot of, like, for me, it's just been a lot of teaching. Like, I kind of always feel like I end up being a teacher to whoever I get involved with. And it's just, like, a weird time. Like, you know, especially with Instagram, like, you meet everybody's, like, avatar or this, like, online thing of them before you meet them. And then it's, like, weird when you finally do meet them because you have this, like, preconceived narrative about them kind of, like, I don't know. It's not as organic, you know, as it once was.
Yeah.
So.
It's crazy how, like, the way things are unfolding in a big shift. I feel like, you know, if you were already having a certain momentum, it's like, I can only fuck with somebody that has this momentum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or, like, somewhere in this field. Like,
yeah, because it's like, otherwise, again, going back to that peace thing, like,
yeah.
all right, am I going to, like, I can't share the peace, really. Like, how am I going to...
Yeah, like, you think about it, like, as shit formulated in history, whether it be, like, a kingdom or something, like, as wealth changed and, like, certain families went to certain places, they found themselves in certain, like, common areas, and then, like, you know, they interbreed or whatever. It's like, you can't even help that. Like, you know what I mean? As far as, like, now it just looks like an oligarchy, and it's like, it is, but, you know, you got to see, like, it's, like, an unseen, like, energy thing.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? And it's all balancing out if you just had to have the right perspective on it.
Yeah. Dating has always been a, like, struggle. I feel like, for me, anyway. Just as far as, like, meeting somebody at the peaceful place or whatever, like, I feel like it's always I don't know, not to say I'm like higher or somebody's lower, but we're just at different little points. So it's like, okay, where are we gonna level out at?
It's like,
are we gonna meet, or are we just gonna like try to make this work from over here and over there? You know?
Yeah, and it's like when you get your power like that, when you get back to your power, it's like you got crazy responsibility. So it's like balancing out, and you just need somebody that is responsible in the same regard.
Yeah.
You know, like people are just like, they be responsible with their bills and be like, you're mad irresponsible with your health.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not in the same field.
I know, like, with this whole lifestyle, I was definitely like, man, whoever I attract like this is like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Cause I'm definitely not a norm. You can't just take me out on a Friday night dinner or something. You know, like, it's not an option.
Yeah.
And I'm waking up and I'm breathing for an hour and stuff. Like, who's doing that?
Yeah, no.
Really?
It really,
people
like,
are waking up and making, like, blueberry pancakes for each other and stuff. Like, I'm not going to do that.
That's a totally different space.
Yeah. I used to do that, though, which is crazy to think about.
To just get up and be like, nah, I'm not going to breathe. I'm not going to.
You know?
It just sounds so crazy.
I know.
To be like, fuck breathing, you know?
Let's just, like, stuff ourselves and suffocate.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you kind of really got to dig deep enough till you get to the other side. And it's like, as above, so below. And you're like, this is the me.
Yeah.
And you get this. Because I get this. And we're the same. We're on the same. This is we're one organism. And we can, you know, keep that going.
I think I'm at a place where I'm so myself, or like, or at least right now, I'm just so, like, shamelessly, like, this is what I'm doing. Like, again, just not caring about if anybody's like, man, that's weird or whatever. I'm like, whatever. You know, I just don't care. I don't have, like, that need to be validated.
It's not worth it, yo. You get caught up quick in some dumb shit. Mess around, have a kid or get pregnant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was saying, man.
I just used to merge with whoever I was with, so, like, heavily, I felt like.
Yeah. Like, it's just not.
I didn't have, like, my own.
Like, you think.
So I would just, like.
Think about that tightrope, though. like as far as like we're avoiding like catching stupid feelings, then we're avoiding like children, then we're like
Yeah.
gambling with the seed, I guess, in a sense. Because if it's not the right person, life gonna be like, I'm gonna rip y'all apart. You don't understand. I will make you hurt yourself. Too.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
so,
the other thing is like tantric dudes are like a drop in the ocean. I mean, they're not really.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it's not around much.
No.
It's a different value system again. It's like,
Yeah.
I just
Like that alone, I think is really, really the hard part about dating in 2020.
yeah.
Because like everybody wants that temporary, like the drive is just different.
Yeah.
The consciousness is in a different place. So
Yeah.
it's like navigating around that.
And I just feel like,
It's like, do I want to train you to not do that? Like, I'm not doing that. I want you to just already not want to do that.
it's like living in your eyes, and it's like if you were to inhabit this back area,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You like could be the projector and watch the movie from the projector part instead of like, I don't know, being up on the screen or something. But like, so that's what I was saying though. Like, you know, it's like the different value system too. You're like, yo, if I fuck around and reincarnate, I don't want to be merging with the wrong person. And then if it is like a reflection of me here, they merge with somebody else because the mirror just goes that way because the energy went these ways.
Yeah.
And then now like I might not even meet this motherfucker this lifetime. And then like I have to reincarnate even like further from him. Like,
That's crazy.
you know, in different ways. You know, we might look different or whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever could happen. Anything. Because you just wasn't on your dean. Like you just like, you know, and you just create the ripple. Because it's like, as soon as you go away, the energy shift. It moves. The field. You know what I mean? How the shit go.
Yeah.
It's like when you break up.
Changes the pressures. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or you get in a relationship. All the energies shift. Like,
Yeah. It's such a crazy shift too.
it's like a distribution of wealth.
Such a ripple. Yeah.
Yeah, because like the love shift. The grid of love
Yeah,
like shifted.
I think that's always my thing too. Is like I'm always I guess cautious to be distracted by anybody.
Yeah, at this point, it's like I don't want to ignore things, and I don't want to be distracted. Like,
Yeah.
at one point,
That's why I just feel like the right person won't do that. Maybe.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. They say you meet the people you love doing what you love and stuff like that. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's true.
Nobody showed up randomly while I did breath work out here 100 miles from everything.
Yeah.
But
Like, hey, I heard you were breathing in here.
I just felt you.
Right.
I think about me doing that. I'm like, I ain't moving. I ain't going.
Right, yeah. Like,
So,
I'm not moving at all.
yeah, like I ain't about to be like, I felt some energy in that area over there. You know what I mean? So
not at all.
it's like a funny thing. Like,
Astrologer just told me that, like, whoever I end up, or I don't know, next person I'll be with, I'll meet through what I do. And I guess that's breath work.
yeah,
Because what else do I do?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's the most fulfilling thing.
It really is. I think it's cool to be able to share with a partner.
Yeah.
And that's dope.
Like even when me and Audra was together, like, you know what I
That's
mean?
dope,
Yeah,
yeah.
like she had no real background in this type of breath work and like kind of was resistant to it for a while until she finally did it. You know what I mean? And then it was
You
kind
were
of.
just like doing it though, right?
I was just being patient. Like as soon as you do this, your life's just over. It's changing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I just kept doing it. You know what I mean?
But you were just like waking up and doing it. You weren't like,
Yeah.
hey, come on.
She had her schedule of life was different to mine, to where I
Yeah.
was like, I didn't see her at night, so I would do mad breath work at night when she wasn't around,
Yeah.
and then like she wake up late because she get in late, and then
Yeah.
I would do breath work early.
Yeah.
So I was just like racking up hours, like honestly.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
eventually she was just like, "What are you doing?" And
Like
it created a
merch.
gap in us, to where I'm just like, I'm over here on some
Yeah.
other, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I
And-
think that's
yeah.
And then that kind of will reveal, like, you know, either they're gonna like merge with it.
As soon as I stopped eating in front of her, she was like, "Oh, all right, well, I'll stop eating." It was like immediate, like
Yeah.
you had to show
It's
the
like a
way.
reflection. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to really show the way, though. You have to really be like, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I guess how you would have to do with any drug. You have to be like,
Yeah.
I'm not doing
Redirect.
it.
Redirect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you want to be with me, you'll change because the energy's going to all change right now. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Like we're not gonna be talking about the same stuff
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. So I think that.
I think about that all the time too, like the people I used to date and like how like carnal it was and like the food that we used to share and like that half of the relationship was probably just based on that. You know what I'm saying? Like just eating pizza together and
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like just
It just feels so good to do breath work with somebody that you actually care about.
yeah,
like that,
you know what I'm saying? Like this is like feels good.
The union and the sounds and everything,
Yeah,
too.
yeah. But to like eat a cheese pizza is like really harming each other.
And distracting each other from everything. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
I'm distracted from my own self, let alone you.
Yeah, like we're both not even here right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, truly.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean,
Is it? Well,
I guess it's the sunset there.
there it is. Kings Canyon.
Yep. So I don't know. The breath, I feel like, is like the greatest activity to share, kind of.
Yeah, I really think so. I think the more I've done that, the more abundance is coming to me too.
It makes everything else better too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like the more people I've connected with that, and then they connect, it just changes the overall collective, I guess. Everybody breathing more.
Yeah. You don't realize it until like you realize it, I guess.
Yeah.
It really,
That was the thing with the breath mainly. It was just like, I didn't realize it until I looked back on it all. Because again, time was like not real. When I look back on it all, I'm like, whoa, a lot happened. Like a lot.
Man. That's
In just a year. Crazy.
Yeah, like it's crazy how like when I first was doing breath work, how like I seen the benefits of it, but once I hit a certain like amount in a day and it got prioritized, like from that point on, my life just got super magical. Like, it was like, this is a crazy psychedelic life, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, I guess, in this chapter.
Yeah.
Like every day just kind of is like, what's going to happen today?
Yeah. Like the way you just the way it's magnetic. You know what I mean? It's just,
yeah.
the magic of it, I guess.
You're totally attracting different things without, trying. I'm not doing anything other than breathing. I'm not even writing affirmations down every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All the things people do.
Yeah, like you just like, I'm just being in this moment.
Yeah, I'm just
with
totally.
my breath here.
Yeah, with the spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. When I wake up, I really feel like, all right, my soul has not fully incarnated until I get this breath in the right position.
Man, and that first breath feels so good. Even when you're just laying down and you just take your first, like,
Yeah.
it's like, okay.
Soul's coming back,
Yeah.
surfacing here.
Yeah, it feels so good. It always makes me like, I can't wait for this session.
Yeah. Yeah. And like it doesn't matter what I thought I was gonna do. I'm not doing nothing until I get this right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's
Certain
days
things-
I've tried to put it off. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me
To
do
just
these other
challenge
things.
myself
Yeah, let me
almost.
do these other things. And then I'd just be thinking about it the whole time, like, you gotta go breathe. I don't
Yeah.
know what you're doing.
I've tried it. I'm like, so how can I really go without, I guess maybe I could just have water. But like, could I really go more than 12, 13 hours without a session now? And
Yeah.
I'd be like, no, I'm going crazy. Nope. Hit a point.
Gotta
Like,
hit the sounds at least.
yeah, nervous system needs to get relaxed consciously.
Mhm.
Need to relax all my hormonal
Yeah.
flow consciously. I can't just be doing it in my fucking sleep. Cause like shit be running, like you drop in your body and it's kind of like all your traumas or like your deep like desires and all that shit starts to like run. And man, you know what I mean? When you
Yeah.
go to sleep, it's like your soul kind of
Yeah, for
went
sure.
in or went out, whatever you want to look. And so like your body's kind of there like running, all that shit just running. And I feel like that's what the dreams be like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes because the body just like these thoughts got mad vivid because I took them in the REM.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
And so then like it's
That's so true.
yeah, like so the body just be on, I feel like. And then you when you like kind of come back to your body, it's like, all right, let me get it back, let me control these thoughts. Hold on, like,
Yeah.
it's like getting back in the Batmobile.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you like went from observer to like, okay,
Yeah.
we're back in this thing.
Yeah, I got no remorse killing mosquitoes and things. So,
These pups are cold.
yeah. All right, I guess we go.
All right, the sun has set.
2020 Tantra.